We often believe the wealthy live differently because they have more. But what if the real difference isn't about what they have, but how they think? Not their income, but their rhythm. Not their assets, but their attention. You don't need $1 million account to live with intention. The most powerful habits of the rich don't cost a thing. You can't always see them. You don't hear about them on social media. But they shape everything, from peace of mind to generational progress. And the best part, these habits are available to anyone. In today's video, we're looking at rich people habits that cost nothing, but give you everything. Let's dive in. Number 1. They guard their time. Wealthy people don't wear busy like a badge. They aren't in a rush to fill every minute of the day. Their time is protected, guarded, used intentionally. They understand that time, not money, is the one thing you don't get back. You won't find them cramming every day with distractions just to feel productive. They create space, not just for work, but to think clearly and move deliberately. That space allows them to lead instead of chase. You don't need wealth to treat your time like it matters. You just need to pause, look at your calendar, and ask, what actually deserves your energy? Number 2, they control their response. There's a stillness in how they handle pressure. They don't explode when things go wrong. They don't spiral into drama. There's a breath, a pause, and then a response. Not a reaction. This kind of emotional control doesn't come from income. It comes from presence. Anyone can practice that. You start by choosing silence instead of urgency, distance instead of impulse. Every time you wait before you react, you build emotional equity. That calm grows into confidence. Number 3, they say no without explaining. One thing they've learned is that no is a full sentence. No explanation, no apology, no guilt. The rich don't offer their time or attention to things that don't serve them. That's not rudeness, that's clarity. You can do the same. You can start today. Saying no might feel uncomfortable at first, but eventually it becomes a kind of freedom. And when you no longer overextend, you start protecting the best of yourself. Number 4, they don't need to be everywhere. You won't see them in every room, on every platform, or at every event. They're not trying to be seen. They're trying to be aligned. Rich people know that presence is a resource and they use it wisely. They don't fear missing out. They fear being scattered. You can copy that. Be where your growth is, not just where the crowd is. You don't have to be accessible to everyone to be valuable. Number 5, they move with thought, not impulse. They think deeply before they act. They don't speak just to be heard. They don't jump into everything fast. Their pace is slower but sharper. Stillness isn't laziness, it's clarity. They've trained themselves to resist the urge to react and replaced it with the habit of reflecting. And you can too. You don't need wealth to slow down. You just need to stop rushing decisions you haven't sat with. Number 6, they make time to think. One of their quietest secrets is how much they think. Time alone, time offline, time to process and plan. They don't need noise to feel alive. They find peace and calm. That calm creates space for better ideas, stronger boundaries, smarter moves. Stillness is free, and it's powerful. No matter where you are in life, making time to think deeply and without distraction is one of the richest habits you can practice. Number 7, they let go of the need to be understood. They don't chase applause. The need to be understood fades. So does the need to explain. When you're deeply rooted in who you are, you no longer chase approval. That's not arrogance, that's security. And it's not just for the wealthy. You can practice this anytime. Speak less, defend less. Let your actions say what your words don't need to. When you know who you are, it's easier to walk away from the need to convince others. Number 8, they don't enter every battle. They don't attend every argument they're invited to. Silence becomes their favorite strategy. Not everything deserves a response. Not every critic deserves your energy. There's a quiet strength in walking away, and it costs nothing. You don't need to prove your point every time. Some people don't want clarity, they want conflict. And the richest move is not giving them what they're looking for. Number 9, they curate what they consume. Rich people are careful with what they consume. Not just food, but content, conversations, and ideas. What you feed your mind matters. They're intentional with input, curious but cautious. That's something you can do right now. Clean up your feed. Be selective about what voices you let into your head. Feed your curiosity with things that build you, not drain you. You are what you consume, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Number 10, they prioritize peace. They choose rhythm over rush, quiet over chaos. Their mornings aren't loud, they're structured. Their nights aren't filled with distractions, they're restful. They know peace isn't something you stumble into. It's something you build with choices. You don't need wealth to find peace. You need boundaries. You need space. You need routines that calm you, not just fill your day. That kind of peace, it's available now. Number 11. They think in years, not days. They don't chase quick wins. They play the long game. The world is obsessed with now, but the rich are thinking ahead. They don't panic when things are slow. They understand that real results take time. And you can think this way too. Instead of chasing speed, build with strength. Instead of demanding results, focus on planting habits. Time will always reward the one who stayed consistent. Number 12. They own their choices. When something goes wrong, they don't blame. They look inward. They take responsibility, not because they enjoy being wrong, but because accountability gives them control. They know they can't change what they don't take ownership of. You can do the same. Start by asking yourself, not whose fault is this, but what can I learn here? That shift turns every mistake into movement, and movement, over time, becomes growth. Number 13. They shape their circle. Their circle is calm, focused, honest. They don't surround themselves with noise, envy, or ego. The room might be small, but it's rich in trust. They don't chase quantity. They value alignment. You can start filtering your environment today. You don't have to cut people off, but you can start listening differently. Who leaves you energized? Who drains you? Pay attention, then build slowly. Number 14. They practice private growth. Most of what they're working on you'll never hear about, because real growth doesn't need attention. It needs space. Rich people don't share every move because they're focused on progress, not applause. You can start living this way right now. Protect your goals. Water them quietly. Let your results speak when the time is right. Number 16. They train their attention. There's one thing rich people rarely waste: focus. While the world is distracted, they're present, focused, unbothered by the noise, because they know that your attention is a form of currency, and they spend it wisely. This is one of the easiest things to copy. Turn off what doesn't feed you. Be where you are, fully. Give your time to things that grow you. You don't need more hours. You just need less distraction. Number 17. They think in terms of energy. Wealthy people don't just ask, do I have time for this? They ask, do I have the energy for this? Because they know that managing energy is often more important than managing time. Protecting your mental space, your peace, and your focus, those are rich decisions. This shift costs nothing. You can start practicing it today. Pay attention to what leaves you drained and what fills you up. Spend more time where your energy stays light. That's how you grow even in silence. These habits don't require access. They require awareness. They don't need money, they need discipline. And once you begin applying them, you'll start to feel different. More grounded, more intentional, more in control. That's what real wealth feels like. It's not loud, it's not rushed. It doesn't need to be seen, it just grows in silence, in private, in peace.